While K-pop is steadily growing in both quantity and quality, the spectrum of K-pop is expanding through several trends and genres. For today's Hallyu People, we meet a DJ originally from the UK who is a pioneer in the extension of the K-pop realm. Let's welcome DJ Fenner, also CEO and founder of On Records, who's joining us today in the studio. Welcome, DJ Fenner.
Welcome, DJ Fenner. 반갑습니다. DJ Fenner입니다. Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, wow. 한국어도 완벽한데요. Perfect Korean.
완벽하진 않아요. 조금 더 배울 수도 있어요.
All right, so DJ Fenner, you have been named as one of the 25 best DJs in Asia and also #1 foreign DJ in Korea. So let's talk a little bit about your DJing career. How did it all start?
Well, DJing in Korea or just in general? So I came to Korea in 2009, and yeah, it's gone up from there, really, yeah.
So when did you start DJing?
I started DJing when I was like 14.
Oh.
I was back in school and everyone was either playing the guitar or the piano. Like one of my friends introduced me to DJing and I was like, this is the one.
Oh, wow.
And now when moving into music production and stuff, it's in the digital realm, like there's so many possibilities. So it's really fun to be in the DJ industry, I think, yeah.
Since you've been 14, I mean, it's a very lucky thing to know your passion at such a young age. I mean, I don't know what I wanted to do when I was 14.
I think that's the trick, yeah.
So was it DJing that brought you to Korea? So how did it all start? Or was it K-pop that you were interested in?
So like back then, K-pop wasn't the global spectacle that it is now. Like it's really huge now. Back then, like obviously there was stuff like when I came into Korea 2009, there was like 2NE1 was being played everywhere and stuff like that. But internationally, it wasn't as popular. So I think it was kind of just bubbling up then. And yeah, I think just Korea was interesting for me in general, and I like to travel. So yeah, I got lucky choosing Korea as well. So it was a bit of everything, yeah.
So since 2009, that explains your Korean skills that we heard before.
Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah.
All right, sounds interesting.
Was it like the first job that you had when you came to Korea was DJing, or did you?
Yeah, it was. So when I first got here, I was messaging. Do you remember MySpace? Before Facebook,
what was
Instagram.
That?
Of course.
Yeah. So I messaged some of the clubs and the resident DJs of those clubs that had profiles and stuff, and I was speaking to the guys there. So it was, yeah.
One of you.
And one guy got back to me. I respect. Nice. Thank you for helping me all those years ago. But yeah, so we ended up like hooking up some stuff together, and it was really fun. Yeah.
That's quite interesting. And like, what do you think it is about K-pop that is like mesmerizes like the fans worldwide?
I think there's so many aspects really. So first off is like the core is the music. Like the core is the music, it's very catchy, nice melodies. It's poppy as well. So, you even around the world, pop is kind of like, they start with pop and then the remixes, the EDM stuff comes in. But I think with the K-pop as well, they have the dance routines, and it's not just a solo dance, it's like a group of people dancing together. So the choreography, all the fashion, all the style, the stuff that they all comes together. And obviously also like the guys and the girls are very attractive. So it's like, I mean, what's not to like, whether you're a guy or a girl, it's like you can find your kind of like your group and, fall in love with them basically. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite K-pop artists maybe, or what do you listen to these days?
I think one of the first like K-pop artists that I really respected was like J-Park, because his music is very like soft and smooth. It's great for hip hop, and it's like, and the lyrics are they were very interesting for me to start. So he helped me kind of like get more into the K-pop hip hop side of things. And now it's like, I don't know, for me, it's like I've been working with music for so long, I kind of analyze it too much sometimes. I'm like, but like, there's so much about K-pop that I respect, yeah.
One of my favorites too, I have to say. But let's talk about your music now, DJ Fenner. So what do you do? Like, tell us what kind of music you do as a DJ. And also, you've got a new project, I think it's called K-pop KRACKED. Could you introduce us to that as well?
So as a DJ under the alias Fenner, I've been, DJing since I was 14, so I've traveled maybe like over 15 countries around the world and performed like that. But for the last like 3 or 4 years specifically, I've been working on edits of K-pop with EDM. So taking EDM melodies that everybody knows and that you hear, like something like Ed Sheeran or something, you're like, oh, I know this track, or Taki Taki, something, all of these, and then like combining those melodies with the vocals of K-pop and with like a kind of EDM beat. So it's like really dancey, good for clubs or festivals. And so I've been doing that under the alias of K-pop KRACKED. And K-pop KRACKED is basically, it's like crack the code to the future of K-pop within the world of EDM. So I want to try and do that. And I've noticed that like cosplay and all these kind of like interesting like other cultures kind of combine nicely with K-pop. So when I perform, I wear kind of like this mysterious kind of outfit, and it's been going really well. So like it all comes together, and it's a video DJ project. So when I play the music, all the edits that I've made, like the videos are synced with the music in the back. So you're basically watching a movie through the K-pop with the music, and it's an experience. So yeah.
Wow.
Do you have a lot to do with also like the video production in that side as well?
No, so I edit the videos and sync them with the, so it's the K-pop videos, they're licensed copies of the videos. So yeah, they just come out as is, but it's like, because the music is edited, when I'm playing the music, the videos change in time. So it might be like, you mentioned Psy earlier, it might be like Gangnam Style, and you'll see his mouth going Gangnam Style, you know, something like this, so yeah.
So,
videos.
as you mentioned before, I guess because of the development we have in technology and the digital advancement we have, especially in South Korea, that combined with DJing, I guess, is opening up many more opportunities, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, it's so exciting. Even not just K-pop, but the whole world is changing due to AI. So I'm really excited to be able to kind of like, you know, put some of my ideas into videos through text or whatever. But yeah, we're still trying to explore down that route. Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Just the tail end on the back of what Soa said with your opportunities, I'm sure, and that you said that you've been, you know, all over the world with your music, been to more than 15 countries or so. I'm sure that there is people that you also want to collaborate with, and especially that you are based in Korea. Is there any K-pop artist, let's say producer, or anyone within the K-pop field that you're actually really wanting to collaborate with?
I don't know, I'm blessed to be in Korea, so I'm really open to working with like all sorts of people. Obviously reach for the stars. I'd love to work with BTS, you know, Blackpink and all of this kind of stuff. But like, even I think on the culture side, like some of the smaller groups, like even to help work with them and to do some kind of cool stuff with them. Like honestly, one of the good things about coming on here, thank you for inviting me, is that I'm hoping that, you know, like, I get some more exposure for some of my music, because I think I might be able to kind of like, you know, give all these big entertainment companies some direction as well as to, you know, further afield and like around the world in the club and festival industry. So yeah, I'm hoping to work with as many people as possible, really. Yeah.
And speaking of exposure, like where can we see you? I mean, you are probably at festivals. We can listen to your music. You're also on YouTube, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, the best place to see it is to see the show live, to try and find one of the dates that I'm doing live. But yeah, I have Instagram, I have my Fenner official is my Fenner account, and then KPOP KRACKED is the K-pop show Instagram. So you can check those both out and see some of the edits and stuff that I've been working on there if you want.
Now, DJ Fenner, we mentioned before that you're originally from the UK, from London to be more specific.
Yeah, UK,
And I mean, London is a city that's has a really rich culture. So when you came to Korea, or even now, what are the differences you feel in terms of culture, or even similarities, anything interesting that you experienced while living here?
Well, I mean, there's so many different aspects about the culture, but for me, it's all about the music. So I think the music culture especially is different. I mean, London, and I also spent some time living just outside of Bristol, and they have a good like drum and bass and garage music in the UK is very popular as a trend where the UK is at. But in Korea, the trends are obviously different. It's more kind of like Melbourne bounce EDM focused is just different. And you should go to South America and it's more kind of like, you know, the trends are all different. So for me, the fun thing is to kind of fuse these trends in music as well. And so what's popular in the UK might be popular in Korea in the future. So to try and to see the different trends is so fun. And to see some, you know, like New Jeans, sometimes they would make some sounds that kind of like move towards like garage or drum and bass, or these different genres that are from around the world. You're like, okay. So it's very fun to kind of see the differences in musical culture for me, especially.
I mean, probably you know also many DJs not only in Korea but also other countries. So I'm curious about, is it something that DJs from abroad aspire to be a DJ in Korea? Is that something that DJs want these days?
I think every DJ,
or in Asia?
I think one of the best things about DJing is you get to travel as well and to show people your music. So I think most DJs will want to be, you know, booked to travel around the world, especially Korea. Like everyone knows that Korea's the scene is fun here. Like the people have a lot of energy in the festivals. festivals, especially. So it's like a pleasure if a DJ gets to go and to play in a different country. It's an absolute pleasure. So I'm sure most DJs would want to come and perform in Korea if they could, for sure. Yeah.
Just to talk a little bit more about what you were talking about when growing up in London, obviously. There's obviously the grime industry as well.
Exactly, yeah.
You want to do, there's a part of you that also wants to take, let's say, some of that grime influence that you probably grew up with very heavily, also the DJ culture. You know, obviously within London, London is very particularly known to have, obviously, not just north, west, south as well. They all have different influences of music within them.
Yeah.
Do you like to take what you've learned from that area, mix it in with like the K-pop as well, and hopefully spread that out to the world? Yeah,
so I split so you've got the music, you've got the beats, and that's the foundation of the music, and then you've got the lyrics, whatever the content is, it's, you know, the artist is expressing themselves. And I think, you know, the grime side of things is like a little bit darker, and one of the plus sides of K-pop is it's very, you know, it's very light and it's nice and it's sweet. So, but I would like to take the beat, you know, the kind of darker energy and fuse it with the original essence of K-pop. I think that's part of exactly what I'm trying to do with K-pop KRACKED, yeah. But not just grime, but like all kinds of anything that works and is fun. You know, it's an artist thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And so that brings me on to my last question: is what is your next thing on your list of things to do? I'm sure you have many things, but what is obviously the next project for you on your list?
Well, just to keep going, keep making more and more content, working on my like technical routines for the show, and just try and, you know, get some good work with, you know, like I would love to have toured with G-Dragon, for example, you know, like all this kind of stuff. But I'm just going to keep going, and hopefully I can, you know, work with some cool entertainment companies and idols and stuff on the way. So yeah, so just keep going.
All right. Thank you very much, DJ Fenner, for sharing your story with us today. I hope that we'll be able to meet you in action someday. And also, thanks for being a pioneer that is in the expansion of the K-pop realm. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And thank you, Walter. As always, we're going to see you back here tomorrow, right?
See you tomorrow.